Hello guys and welcome back to my part 3 of my how-to series. This will be the last video I'm talking about, and in this video I will be talking about how to start your K-pop album collection. So in my first video I talked about how to start your photo card collection, and then my second video talked about how to structure your binder. I will also link the videos down below for those who want to watch them. And I talked about the photo cards, but when you can buy photo cards without the albums, but normally you want to support the artist and that's why you buy them. And I thought how when you're new to K-pop it's really confusing with all the releases they have, and I wanted to give a little idea how I think you should keep those steps in mind when you want to start your K-pop collection. So of course the the first question is the same for the full card. What group do you want to collect? So when you get into K-pop, normally you see this one group, you think, oh, I like them, so I want to support them. And for me, my first K-pop group was EXO. Yes, my first ever album was their repackage for, oh, I don't know, Girl, yeah. And even though I sold all the rest of my EXO collection, I kept that album because it was my first, so special memories. So yeah, when you decided on what group do you want to collect. So in my photo card explain video I took BTS as an example, so we will take this also. So you decided you want to collect BTS. You saw their new comeback and you were so amazed that you thought, oh, I want to have all their releases. Then the second question that comes to mind is, do you want to collect only the Koreans CDs, or do you want to collect, in BTS example, also the Japanese releases? This is a really important question, and for beginners I would say start with the Korean ones, because Japanese can be really expensive, because they do like 3 types, so normal, limited, and with DVD, and so at the beginning it's too much to collect all of them. When you have the stuff, you are bored, you can go into the Japanese releases, but for beginners I would always recommend start off with the Korean releases. And when you decided, okay, you only want to start off with the Korean releases, then the third question, I'm sorry, is, do you want to buy only one CD per comeback or buy all versions? So normally what K-pop groups do is they have normally 2 versions. So for Young Forever they had the day and the night version, and normally the music is the same, it's always the same, but the photo book is different. So you have to decide for yourself, do you want to have the different photo book, or do you think, oh, I don't need it, I have one photo book, it's alright. It's always a money thing, because buying 2 versions is expensive and you have to be a hardcore fan. You don't have to be a hardcore fan, but you have to think about, how is my financial situation, and do I really need this? Because sometimes you don't really need this. So I am a person who buys every versions, like you see in my videos, and I say it's really expensive and some people would think I'm crazy, but I really love GOT7 and BTS and I want to support them, and that's why I'm buying all those versions. For example, Turbulence, it's like you get, in every version you get another photo book because it's member versions, but sometimes you don't have to buy all the versions because it doesn't matter. So, and after you decided, okay, you only want to buy one version because you're a beginner, you don't have that much money, and you can buy them later also because they're not running away, I would also recommend you make a list of the CDs you want, because then you see what you need and then you can tick off the boxes what you have. So I made an example for BTS. So this is my real list I made for BTS when I first started. So now I have on my computer I have a doc where I also have that. And as you can see, so I write them down in order, maybe a little bit so. So we start off with a single album, Too Cool for School. I have it, so I take it off. Then I have the mini album, Volume 1, Are You Late 2? I don't have it. And so I can see in one view, what do I need, what do I have. So I can take it off, and you can see your progress. And of course you don't have to do it on paper, you can do it on your PC, and it's more easier that way. I also started to make a really long doc for my all CDs, but it takes a long time. And I will also recommend you that. And when you want to collect Japanese, also do a list, because it's easier. Because when you're first new to K-pop and you see all the releases they had, you're like, oh my god, so much. So normally when you get into K-pop, you see this one comeback, and then you buy the CD of this group from the comeback, and then you see, oh, they had like 4 mini albums before and 1 full-length album and single albums, and you're like, oh my god, so much information in one day. And so write it down, then you can see what they have, what you need. Also write down like the photo books you want or the light stick. It's easier so you can see it in one view. So this is my example for BTS. And then of course decide on your budget, because of course you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on K-pop when you're crazy like me. But when you start off, normally you're younger, you don't know which age you start off. So I started off on K-pop when I was, oh my god, how old I was, 16? And at that moment I had a job, but it wasn't that much money I get, so I only bought like a few albums here and there. It wasn't until the last year that I started collecting crazily as I'm doing now, because now I'm like over 18 and I have a job, and even though I'm a student I still can afford it, and I spend way too much money on K-pop. Don't take me as an example, because sometimes it's really excessive, because collecting photo cards and collecting albums are two different things. And if you're a beginner, I would recommend you start off with the albums, because photo cards, yeah, it's another way. And don't make the same mistakes as me, because I collect some photo cards even though I don't have the albums, and normally you shouldn't do that, because buy the album first, take your photo card you have, and then start off your photo card collection on that, because it's more smarter than me. And yeah, so say for example you are a student, you don't have that much money, and your pocket money isn't that much, and you know that your favorite group will make a comeback in like 2 months, and you want to buy all the versions. I would recommend you save up your money and then spend it, because don't be unprepared like me. So I knew BAP was making a comeback, I knew GOT7 was making a comeback, but it's really hard when one of your favorite groups makes a comeback this month, then 2 of your other favorite groups making a comeback the next month, and then you find out that one of your favorite groups is coming to your country and having a concert, and then you are like, oh my god, my money is flowing away. And I would also recommend you, if you can, save up money for stuff that is more expensive. So when we take BTS as an example, I'm sorry, now the Now photo books. So Now 3 you can buy new, it's no problem, but Now 1 and Now 2. Sometimes you see a really good deal and you want to buy it, but you are not prepared to buy it, and then you don't have the money, and then I feel then really shitty, because I want to buy it and I knew it's cheap, but I can't because I don't have money. So always save up money if you can for your favorite for your favorite group's comeback, or for merch, or for concert you're going to. And this is my tip on doing that. And yeah, say for example you say, I have $20 per month that I can spend on K-pop. Don't blow it all away like me. because it's stupid. So plan well what you want to buy in which month and then save up and buy it. And don't be like me and go on the internet and see like, oh, I want to buy this photo card, oh, I want to buy this and that, and then you are like, oh, my money is gone, and it's like the 15th of the month and it's still halfway to go. So of course you will make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes, but these are the kind of advice I can give you because I have gone through that. So I never watched a video on how to start your K-pop collection. It happened. So I was thrown in the cold water, same with the photo card collection. When I started, and then later I watched the videos on how to do the stuff. You can do it. It's do it on your own way, but these are like my kind of ideas I had what you should keep in mind if you want to start a K-pop collection. And yeah, these are my tips. And don't, so if you, when you start off your K-pop collection and then you get a job and you have money, then you can spend it like me crazily, and then you also can buy like 4 albums only for the photo cards. That's totally okay. But when you're younger, don't spend that much money on K-pop. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. It was kind of messy, my English today. I don't know why I can't pronounce stuff. But this is the end of my how-to series. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. I will answer them to how good I can do it. Oh my god, my English, I'm so sorry. I will answer them to the best I can. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!